Samanta Cakkavalesu Atra Gaccantu Devatān Sandhammang Munirājassa Sunantu Sagga Mokkadam Dhammasavana Kālo Ayan Badantā Dhammasavana Kālo Ayan Badantā Dhammasavana Kālo Ayan Badantā Namo Tansa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhansa Namo Tansa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhansa Namo Tansa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhansa. Okay, now I am going to explain something in English because you are very familiar in English. That is why I would like to explain something in English, but I am not qualified for English. But however, I think that you can understand what I say. Then when we consider Buddha's message, we can divide, we can arrange his all teachings into 3 levels. We can summarize all Buddha's teachings, we can categorize all Buddha's teachings in 3 levels. That first level is there were some people in the Buddha's period who didn't believe previous birth or next birth. They believe only this birth. But however, they didn't believe next birth and previous birth. They can get some sort of results if they listen in this message. If they can listen to this message, they can get some sort of results, whether they believe or not next birth. And also, even though they believe or not next birth, if their character, their activities are good, they can get a new life as a good life. It doesn't matter because their path is clear. If their path is clear, if they do good deeds, they can receive a good life in the next life. That is why Buddha explained everybody can get results if we listening to this message. The first thing is we should spend our time to listening to this message. That is the first qualification that we should have. If we don't listening to this message, we have nothing. Then first thing is listening to this message. That is very important. As much as what we know about Buddhism, we can practice according to our effort, according to our courage. The first level is that there are 4 things. If a person would like to succeed this life, we have to fulfill 4 things. That is very important. Especially in this society, you know, many people practice these qualities, whether they don't know the Buddha's message. Every society, these qualities are appreciated by every people, every intelligent people in the world. The first level that Buddhism says, as a person who would like to succeed this life, we have to fulfill 4 qualities. The first one is education. We should get a good education. You know, as parents, you should give to your children good education. That is one of your responsibilities according to Singhala Sutta. You know, Sippan Sikkaha Penti. Degurung visin tama daruwanata dena nomada dananam වියතුන් සභා මැද ඉන්ට ඉදිරිව ශිල්ප දෙනුමයි. එනිසා දෙමව්පියන්ගේ ප්‍රධාන යුතුයකම තමයි දරුවන්ට වියතුන් සභා මැද ඉදිරියෙන් ඉන්න. මෝඩයගේ මැද ඉදිරියෙන් නෙමෙයි. විද්වත් සභා මැද among intelligent person, if you can go forward, if you are in front of intelligent person, that should be your aim or goal in the education. That especially parents should give good education to their children, and also not only children but also as elders. We also should get good education. We should be qualified not only subjects but also languages too. That is very important in this current society. We should be qualified not only verbal languages but the sign language too. That is very important. There are many deaf persons in the world, especially in America. They are very intelligent. They are well educated. There are some professors who are deaf. Then if we can communicate in sign language, we can announce a lot of people in this society. That is a good chance. Even if we are qualified in sign language, we can preach Buddhism too. Yeah, that is very important thing. And however, the first thing is that we should complete as a successful person in this society, we should be qualified in education. That is the first thing. Second one is the financial situation. We should be wealthy. We should be wealthy. We should have good wealth, financial situation. But according to Buddhism, we should be qualified in financial situation in righteous way. That is very important thing. People can earn money in various ways, but Buddhism always encourages us to earn money in the righteous way. That is very important. If we don't earn money in the righteous way, although we are so rich, end of our life we are not satisfied. That is why Buddha says very clearly that when you earn money, your money should be honest. That is very important. You know, President Abraham Lincoln also has said this message to his son's teacher. Please teach my son the importance of earning $5 hardly than $100 easier. If a person can earn only $5 very hardly in the righteous way, it is better that they earn $100 in not righteous way. Easy money, easy going. Yeah. When we earn some money, although it is a few, it is very high level situation. It is big weight. It is heavy weight. If we earn some money hardly in the righteous way. However, if we can develop some qualities that Buddhism says, actually we can earn a lot of money in the righteous way. Some people think that if we practice some qualities that Buddhism says, we can be rich. But it is not true. Buddha says very clearly, if you practice morality or virtue, you can earn a lot of things in your life. Then it is one of the benefits of virtue or morality or practicing discipline. That is very important. There were many rich persons in Buddha's period who were Buddha's disciples, such as Anathapindika. There were many millionaires in Buddha's period who were listening to Buddha's message. Practicing Buddha's message, they could earn a lot of money in the righteous way. The next one is the health. We should have healthy life. Not only physical health, but we should have mental health. Both of them are very important. Then there are a lot of teachings in Buddhism that leads to get a healthy life. And also fourth one is the morality or virtue. We should have good discipline when we are in the society. We should not only be well educated or rich, but we should have good discipline. If we don't have good discipline or moral life, then we are not appreciated in the society. Then there are a lot of teachings in Buddhism that leads to qualify these four things. There are a lot of teachings in Buddhism. How we develop our education, how we earn money, how we live in the righteous way, practice in morality, and how we develop our healthy life. There are many teachings in Buddhism. Then that is why we said in this first level, if we can develop these four things, whether we believe next life or not, it doesn't matter. We can live in this society as a successful person. That is very important. In this society, there are many people, especially in the educational field, there are many teachers. They have a lot of good qualities in their life. They have good discipline, and they have good health, and they are qualified in education, and they are rich. They mostly don't believe next birth, but their life is very successful because they have fulfilled these four things. That is reason. Before 2,600 years ago, Buddha has explained how we succeed our life practicing these four things. This is the first level. We should be qualified not only these four things. We should have to go to next level. As an intelligent person, we don't stop in the first level. Again and again we listen Buddha's message, we reach to the next level. Why we reach to next level? There are many people in this society, although they are well educated, although they are very rich, although they have good health, although they have good moral life, but end of their life, they are not satisfied. They mention that their life is not full. They are not satisfied because they have nothing to remind as merits. They have participated for the parties or something, but they have no special things when they remind their previous period as merits, which is wholesome. That is why Buddha says very clearly, you should not be qualified with this first level, but you have to reach to become next level too. Next level means the meritorious deeds. Mostly we believe that we should do meritorious deeds in the success of next birth. But the main benefit when we do meritorious deeds in this life, not only hereafter. Buddha says very clearly, if you have done a lot of meritorious deeds in your life, as practicing generosity, practicing virtue or morality, or practicing meditation, then you have a lot of things to remind. And you have a lot of things that when you remind something, you can be happy. Because if you have donated a lot of things in the name of clergy people or homeless persons or innocent people, or if you practice good discipline in your life, and if you cultivate your mind in the correct way, when you think your life, you can be happy because you have a lot of things to remind in the pleasant mind. That is why Buddha says very clearly, Sukho Punya Sauchyo. It means if a person has done a lot of meritorious deeds, that person has a lot of things to think and be happy. That is why as much as we can try to do some sort of meritorious deeds in its life, especially when we practice generosity, actually our mind is very smooth and very pleasant. If we are ready always to offer something to others, it means we have no greed. We are not greedy. That is a good chance for our mind. Then if a person always ready to offer something to others, it means his or her mind is not strong with greed. It means his mind is very pleasant. And also not only practicing generosity, but also we should have good discipline. Discipline means the discipline in our speech, discipline of our behavior. Mostly we are blamed because of our bad words. If we can control our speech, we are not criticized in the society. We are not blamed in the society. That is why we should have good discipline and speech and behavior. That is very important. In the next level, practicing meditation. Meditation is the very fast and quick way that we develop our merits, that we develop our spirituality. If we can practice meditation, we can cultivate our mind in the maximum level. That is a good benefit. In this level, we can see a lot of people in this society, whether they don't believe next birth, actually they practice. They mostly practice these qualities. There are some people who meditate. They get rid of their stress. That is why they would like to meditate. And also in this society especially, you know that if we have a lot of mistakes, we have to go to jail. Therefore they have good discipline. Then it is very important, this society. But here we practice these qualities not only as rules or regulations. If we have right understanding, according to Buddhism, the very important thing is Samma Ditti, or right understanding. If we have right understanding or Samma Ditti, the first level of right understanding is the belief of karmic force. It says Buddhism, Kammasakata Samma Ditti. The first level of Samma Ditti is the belief of karmic law. What is the karmic law? When we do some bad deeds with wicked mind, then we will have the bad results because of polluted mind. And also, if we do something with pure mind, we will have the good results because of pure mind. If a person can understand this first level of right understanding, that person is ready to practice these three meritorious deeds. Practicing generosity, practicing good discipline, and practicing meditation. This is the second level. But we can see some people who believe next life, they also practice these three qualities. But as Buddhists, we should have some sort of difference when we compare other people. What is the difference? Other people, the people mostly believe that there is some sort of certain soul or mind which goes here and there, which goes from birth to birth as a certain thing. Buddhism believes that there is a next birth, but Buddhism doesn't say that there is a certain soul or mind. Mind also changing from moment to moment. That is the nature of our life. However, although our mind is impermanent, we will receive the result, what we do. That is why we have to fulfill good deeds, and also we have to avoid, we have to get rid of evils or bad deeds in our life. Then if we have this knowledge, according to karmic law, if we have some sort of idea about karmic law, we always try to get rid of evils and overcome the evils and develop the good deeds. That is the Buddha's message. Sabba papa sakaranam kusalasa upasambada. If a person has knowledge about right understanding, that person tries to reject or give up bad deeds and develop or cultivate good deeds in his life. This is the second level. And also there is another level, which is the highest level. That is the very, very important thing. You know, we can see in the society, mostly even among Buddhists, they practice only second level. But if we are more intelligent, we have to reach next level too, in the name of real happiness. What is the next level? And next level means understanding of impermanence, practicing of impermanence, seeing the dependent origination or paticcasamuppada. That is the very, very important thing. This is the identity of Buddhism. As Buddhists, we should know what is the identity in Buddhism. This is the identity of Buddhism. Until second level, we can see many people in the society, they practice these levels. Not only among Buddhists. In every society, we can see some people who are intelligent, who have good parents, they practice these levels. But reach to highest level or third level, we can see only among Buddhists. Only who listen in Buddha's real message. That is very, very important thing. Here, Buddhism teaches us how to get rid of suffering. That is the main goal of third level. How we get rid of suffering. This is the very, very important thing. If we can see, if we can reflect on the real impermanence, we can gradually overcome the suffering. What is the impermanence that Buddhism says? We mostly think that impermanence is changing. But changing and impermanence are different. Understanding of changing is easier than understanding of impermanence. Now our body is very good or healthy. Gradually it is going to old age. And now we are okay, but later we will be sick. That is the changing. That is not the impermanence according to Buddhism. According to Buddhism, impermanence means that when the conditions are together, we have some sort of experience. We get all experience to our life through our senses, through our eye, through our nose, through our tongue, through our ear, through our body. These are the senses which through that we get experience in our life. Except these senses, we have nothing. What is the nature of this experience? When we get experience through our eye, it arises at the moment. When we look at something, when our eye is open, when there is a form or something in outside, and when if we have attention, our mind, when if it is lights or something, then all of these conditions are together we have some sort of experience as forms through our eyes. Then that experience arises in this moment. Suddenly it ceases. Nothing remains. But we have some sort of memory. But memory also arises at the moment when we remind it. If we can understand this situation, we are ready to understand the impermanence. But because of ignorance, because of delusion, we believe that even that experience ceases, still it is happening in our mind. We are thinking it as still it is happening. This is the reason of suffering. This is the cause of suffering. We get some experience, we have some sort of memory, but when we think something that we have experienced, when we remind that experience, we go to the real situation. If a person blamed us, we think that if we have no wise reflection, when as soon as we think it, we go to the real situation. That person might blame us once, but again and again we play it. We are blamed again and again.
In our minds.
Yeah, because of ignorance. But memory is not fault. Memory is not the fault. Fault is that when we think it, if we have no idea that now I think it as my memory, because of ignorance we go to the real situation. As soon as we think it, if we have mindfulness, if we have real attention, if we can think, now I read my own money in this moment, not the real situation, then we can overcome the suffering. That is why we said that memory is not the fault. The fault is that when we think it, if we go to the real situation, then we suffer. If we can overcome this situation again and again, if we can practice impermanence, this I, form, my mind, attention, mental formations, all things impermanence, we can practice them as impermanence. Again and again we practice mindfulness. If we have mindfulness, even though we think it, suffering doesn't come to us. We can overcome suffering because of mindfulness. That is why Buddhism says the very, very important thing, the mindfulness. Mindfulness and wisdom. Those both are very, very important. Mindfulness is that as soon as we think something, as soon as we see something, we should have an ability to understand, now I have this experience in this moment, which arises at the moment. And also at the moment it ceases, nothing remains. If we remind it again as memory, we read our own mind. We don't go to the real situation. Then again and again we practice this knowledge, then nobody can change us. Nobody can disturb us. We discuss some things as our previous experience. We discuss our experience that we face some problems. But we should have an ability to that now I discuss, now I think my memory, my mind. Now I read my memory. If we lost our mindfulness, we lost our happiness because we worry. Yeah. Buddhism guides us to develop this situation. This is the only way to get rid of suffering. This is the identity of Buddhism. If we are going to understand this level, we should have some sort of idea about the dependent origination or Paticcasamuppada or Hetupala Dhamma or cause and effect. Cause and effect or dependent origination is the very, very important topic in Buddhism, which is an identity in Buddhism when we compare other religions and philosophies in the world. Then, to understand this knowledge, we have to practice three disciplines, three things. One thing is the discipline of virtue. Second one is the discipline of concentration or tranquility. Next one is the third one, the discipline of wisdom. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Virtue, tranquility, wisdom. Discipline means now we are in the higher level discipline. In first level and second level, it says the very primary discipline. But here, we are in the higher level. Now, we practice virtue in the success of our concentration. But in first level and second level, we practice it as rules or regulations because of the laws or police. But here, when we reach to the next level, third level, we practice virtue in the name of our mental health, in the name of peace of our mind. We know very well, if I have good discipline or virtue, it results to get concentration. If we have good discipline, it is very easy to reach the concentration. That is why in the third level we practice discipline. Concentration means practicing some sort of meditation, such as loving kind meditation, insight breathing meditation, at least 5 minutes for a day. If we can practice again and again mindfulness or attention, then we are clever to keep our mind particular object, such as loving kindness, breathing, meditation. If we are ready to keep our mind at least 10 minutes for a day in the same thought, such as loving kindness, it means we are clever. We have proficiency. Our proficiency or skillfulness depends on how long that we can keep our mind same thought. If we are so rich, if we are well educated, if we are so wealthy, Buddhism doesn't say that we are skillful persons. Our skillfulness, our proficiency depends on how long we can keep our mind particular object, a particular meditation. Then gradually, if we can keep our mind, then others can disturb our mind. Others can disturb our patient. Then again and again we try to, especially at the very beginning, we practice meditation, sitting meditation. But when we gradually practice meditation, we can practice it in the 4 postures: sitting, standing, walking, lying down. In 4 postures, we can practice meditation. But at the very beginning, we practice meditation as sitting meditation. With the strength of sitting meditation, we try to practice it in 4 postures too. That is very important. Actually, we can do it. But the main thing is, we should do it continuously. If you meditate only 5 minutes it is enough. But we should do it continuously, at least 6 months. If we can practice at least 6 months continuously, we can see the result. And also, we should try to develop the durations too. First we start with 5 minutes, and next week we try to 6 minutes, and one by one we can develop it. Then it means we can see the happiness, real happiness. But here it is very important. Buddhism says that in the first level we have to practice loving kind meditation. We mostly suffer because of anger. When we see something, when we hear something, if you don't like something, we suffer. If we can practice loving kind meditation according to Karanimetta Sutta, what is the highest level of highest result of loving kind meditation? As soon as we look at something, as soon as we look at some people, some person, we have an idea that person is our only son or daughter. If we can mention all persons who are around us as our only son, we can practice, we can cultivate our mind in this level, up to this level. We can reduce 50% sufferings in our day-to-day life. ප්‍රත්‍යක්ෂයි අද්දුටුයි. වේද මහතුරු ලියන්නේ. But at least we have to practice 6 months this message. And this is not the highest result. Even though you think that person is as your only son or daughter, if they have misbehavior, you worry. You are going to blame them. But in the next level, when you look at some persons, you should have an idea that person is not only this physical body, but he has mind. When mind and body are together, we say that our mom or husband or wife or daughter, or we say. If mind goes away, we don't say my mom, my dad, my husband, my wife, my son. We don't say name, we say dead body. Then, to whom do we blame? Physical body or mind? Mind is invisible. We can't see mind.
Oh, but
Then, if we have...
mind is the one that's thinking, and
But not only mind, but also when both of them are together, we think that there is a person. But although we think there is a person, but there is not a certain person. This is only process. The process of mind and physical body, mind and matter. This is the second understanding, but not only final understanding. What is the final understanding? Ultimate goal, ultimate understanding. When we look at something, we know the idea is not only outside. The concept arises inside. For example, when a person is coming here, who is our close friend, who comes for a long time, who helped me a lot, then I am so happy when that person is coming. There is another person near me, who is his enemy. I am so happy. How about that person? He is so angry. If the happiness comes from outside, both of us should be happy. One person is happy, other person is angry. Yeah. angry or happiness depend on not only outside thing, but it depends on our attitude. If we can change our inside, if we can change our attitude, nobody can disturb our peace of mind. Then again and again, when we practice Buddhism, in the name of practicing Buddhism, we are changing our attitude. How to think in the correct way, which the suffering doesn't come. This is the Buddha's message. If we can understand this message really, now we offer very few things for the Buddha. But if we have this real understanding about this message, we offer a lot to the Buddha. We are so grateful for the Buddha.
Yeah, so when you change your attitude, it will help you.
Yeah, if we like to change our attitude, the first thing is we should have knowledge. Knowledge is very important. Without knowledge, we have nothing to practice. We have nothing to practice without knowledge. That is why Buddhism says the knowledge is very, very important. The first thing is knowledge. Knowledge. There are a lot of people in the society who has a lot of knowledge about Buddhism. There are some persons who have doctorates in Buddhism, but it is not enough. Knowledge is not enough. According to knowledge, we have to reflect it again and again. Reflection. According to knowledge, according to this knowledge, we have to think, we have to memorize, we have to meditate, we have to reflect on this knowledge.
The main thing is meditation.
Main thing is knowledge. Knowledge. Second thing is reflection. Third one is meditation. Meditation. Meditation also divided into two: tranquility meditation and insight meditation. Tranquility meditation is samatha bhavana, or concentration meditation. Samatha, or concentration, tranquility meditation, and vipassana. Vipassana means insight meditation. Here we reflect on impermanence. Here we try to keep our attention. Here we practice our awareness or mindfulness. The goal of practicing samatha is practicing mindfulness. The goal of practicing vipassana is practicing impermanence. Then both of them are together. Gradually we are going on the path of purification or getting rid of suffering. How much we are clever to practice these levels, then we are on the way of purification or getting rid of suffering. First thing is knowledge, and everywhere we should have another special thing, that in all paths we practice only thing, only one, only two. What they are? Mindfulness and wisdom. Mindfulness means that we should have awareness, good attention. Always we always try to develop mindfulness. If we lost mindfulness, it means we lost our happiness. It means other persons can disturb our peace of mind. And with the mindful mind, mindful attention, we try to reflect on impermanence again and again. It means developing wisdom or prajna or samadhi. This is the way that Buddhism says how we get rid of suffering. Then again and again we practice this knowledge, especially we can overcome 4 sufferings in our life. Especially, these are the main reasons, main causes that we suffer in this life. Others are minor things. There are major causes that we suffer in this life. You can guess? Can you guess? What are the main causes that we suffer in this life, in our life? The first one is old age. Old age. When we are going to be weak or old age, we suffer. This is the first one. Second one is sickness or illness. Third one is death. Fourth one is separation. Separation from our close friends, separation from our good health, separation from our relatives or our wealth. This is the things. Other things which cause to suffering are minors. These are the main reasons that we have to suffer. If we can practice this knowledge again and again, we can overcome, we can cease these major sufferings in our life. Then we have the full confidence in our mind. Now we have confidence. Now we trust in our physical body and our close friends and our relatives and our wealth or property. Now we trust in our body and our close relatives and our property or wealth. When we practice this path, what about we trust in? We trust in our mind. We have to trust in our mind if we have mindfulness. Without mindfulness, we can't trust in our mind. If we would like to trust in our mind, we should have mindfulness. Without mindfulness, mind is homeless. Without mindfulness, mind is useless. Without mindfulness, mind is helpless. That is why Buddhism says very clearly, if you like to get rid of suffering, if you like to become real happiness, you have to develop mindfulness. In Satipatthana Sutta, Ekayano bhikkhave maggo sattanaṁ visuddhya soka pariddavanam samatikkhamaya dukkha domanassanam attangamaya ඥායස් අධිගමාය නිබ්බානස්ස සච්චිකිරියාය යදිදං චත්තාරෝ සතිපට්ඨාන. If a person would like to get rid of suffering, if a person would like to become purification, if a person like to become real happiness, there is the only thing that we have to practice, mindfulness. If we have mindfulness, we have the best friend. Mind with the mindfulness is our best friend. Mind without mindfulness is our enemy. If we lost mindfulness, it means we lost our real best friend. We suffer because of no mindfulness. That is why Buddhism emphasizes very clearly the importance of cultivating mindfulness. If we are always with mindfulness, our IQ is very high. Our GPA is very high. This is the Buddhist GPA. This is the Buddhist IQ, intelligence or wisdom. If we always with mindfulness and wisdom, we are rich in merits. We are rich in happiness. We are rich in real success. We are rich in happiness. If we are intelligent, we can practice first level: education, economy, health, and morality. If we are more intelligent, we can practice second level: practice in generosity, practice in virtue, practice in meditation. If we are the most intelligent persons in the world, we have to practice highest level. With the understanding of impermanence, with the understanding of cause and effect or dependent origination, we have to practice three disciplines. That first thing is the discipline of virtue, discipline of tranquility, discipline of wisdom. Trivida Shiksha, Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. Arthika, Adhyapana, Saukya, Sadachara, first level. Dana, Sila, Bhavana, second level. Sila, Samadhi, Prajna, third level. If we are living with the highest level, it means we have no suffering. Always we see the arising and ceasing in the world. Every moment, all our experience, Panchupadanakkhandha, five aggregates arises together, deces together. If we see something, if we hear something, if we smell something, if we touch something, it means five aggregates arise. Not only arising, but it ceases at the moment. Five aggregates means Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Forms, feelings, perception, mental formation, and mind. If a person can understand these five aggregates, then we can gradually overcome suffering. We are on the way of purification or getting rid of suffering. For that understanding, for that success, first, again and again, we have to listen in this message in the name of our knowledge. If we have more knowledge, it is very useful. We can practice various ways, various paths. If our knowledge is very few, we have to practice very few paths. For example, if you know only one way to go to LA, if that way is traffic, you have no option. If you know various ways to reach LA, if this way is traffic, you can change the way because of your knowledge. That is why we have to listen in again and again this message. We should associate monks to listen in this message. This is the most benefit, that we respect monks, that we help monks, that we associate monks. When you help monks, us, if you don't get this result, actually you may get some merits, but you don't get the real results. We have to associate the person as Kalyana Mitra in the name of knowledge. Again and again we have to listen in this message. Not only associating real persons. In the current society, sometimes the websites in the internet are our Kalyana Mitra too. If we have good website, if we know some good monks who preach the real Dhamma Desana, then we can listen through the internet. Yeah. Then again and again we should be qualified with the knowledge. Knowledge is very, very important. And not only knowledge. We can see a lot of people in this society, in the world, who have a lot of knowledge, who have good understanding, but they don't reflect on it. And they don't practice it. Then their knowledge is useless. They are like the cowboys. Cowboys feed the cows and they get the milk, but they have no real result. That is why we have to practice or reflect according to knowledge, and especially we should gradually develop meditation, insight meditation and tranquility meditation. Then with the results of practicing all of them, the both qualities increase gradually. What they are? Impermanence and wisdom. Okay, now I explained a few things. Buddhism in nutshell. If I explained a lot, it is not in nutshell.
Too much.
I am so happy because of your coming, and I think we get the results that you come here. Then I think if you can remind these things what we discussed in this moment again and again, it is very useful for your life. I know you help a lot in the name of longevity of the Sasana, and you can be happy when you think your meritorious deeds as practicing generosity and morality. And here, especially I wish you to listen in this message again and again, practice in your life. If we can practice this message, we are the luckiest person in the world. We are so lucky. We have gained a very rare opportunity as human beings. If we don't listen in this message, if we don't practice this message, actually our all sins that we earned are useless. That is why it means if we don't practice this message, we suffer every day. Although we have a lot of facilities or a lot of money, we have no happiness. We have no peace of mind. Then if we can practice these teachings, for example, when King Bimbisara knew Ajasatta is going to kill him before Ajasatta was born. Bimbisara understood. But he was a person who attained Sotapanna. He was intelligent because of his knowledge, his understanding. He fed his son, although he knew very well who is going to kill him. But he gave his all things to his son before he died. He had to go to jail too. But he was not sad. Because he attained Sotapanna, he practiced meditation while he was in the jail. His son is going to kill him, but he was not sad. he was practicing when he was in the jail. He practiced this message, and he could overcome the suffering, even though his son is going to kill him. That is the result, that we listen in this message, we practice this message. Then if we can, separation means, we discussed about the separation. Separation means all things that we use, that we associate, not only our close relatives, but our physical body that we use now, we have to give up. If even our physical body we have to give up, then how we trust in others? Yeah. We have to trust in only our mind. Then if we can cultivate our mind in the correct way, then we can overcome the suffering. Then we are so lucky. Then for that I wish you all the best, and now listening this message, you accumulated a lot of merits. Let's transfer these all merits to our beloved relatives, and may they receive these merits, and may they attain good life, and also finally may they attain final bliss of liberation. With that intention, let's transfer these all merits to our beloved relatives. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitāः hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitāः hontu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hotu sukhitāः hontu ñātayo. Let's transfer all of these merits to guardian deities and angels too. May they receive these merits, and may they keep their eye on you too. May they protect you too. With that intention, let's transfer these all merits to guardian deities and angels too. Etthavata ca amhehi sambhataṁ punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodanto sabba sampatti siddhya. Etthavata ca amhehi sambhataṁ punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodanto sabba sampatti siddhya. හොඳයි, අදත් මේ පින්නතුන් ඊටාම් ශ්‍රද්ධාවෙන් විහාරස්ථානය කරවිදිලා මල් පහන් ආදිය පූජා කළා, බෝධිය වටේ පහන් දැල්වලා මේ අප්‍රමාණ පින් සිටිවිලි රැස් කරගත්තේ. මේ හැම පින් සිටිවිල්ලකින්ම අපේ ආධ්‍යාත්මික ශක්තිය දිනු වෙනවා, අපේ කුසලයේ ප්‍රබල වෙනවා, ශක්තිමත් වෙනවා, අපිට නිරෝගී සම්පත්තිය ලැබෙනවා, අපි කරපු කුසල් වල බලය තව තවත් ශක්තිමත් වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම අපට බාහිරින් එන තියෙන කරදර අඩු වෙනවා, ලෙඩ දුක් අඩු වෙනවා, බාහිරයට අපව කම්පාවටපත් කරන තියෙන අවස්ථා අඩු වෙනවා. මේ හැම පිනකින්ම සිද්ධවන්නේ ඒකයි. ඉතින් මේ පින වර්ධනය කරගත්තු අවස්ථාවක්, රැස් කරගත් මේ උතුම් පින්කම ආනිසංසයෙන් තිලකරත්න මෑණියන්ට, ශාමිනී නෝනට, ඒ වගේම ගාමිණී මහත්මයා, ඒ වගේම දරුවන් ඇතුළු වේ ඥාතින් හැම දෙනාටම මෙලොව වශයෙන් නිදුක් නිරෝගී සම්පන්නියත්, සංසාර ජීවිතයේ සුවපත් භාවයත් ප්‍රාර්ථනානුකූලව උතුම් වූ නිවන් සුවය සැලසේවා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරන්න. දුක්ඛම් පන්තාච නිදුක්ඛා භයම් පන්තාච නිබ්භයං සෝකම් පන්තාච නිසෝකං හොන්තු සම්බේ පිපානිනෝ. දුකින් පෙළෙන සත් දුකින් මිදෙත්වා, බියෙන් පෙළෙන සත් බිය නැති වෙත්වා. සොවින් තැවෙන සත් සොම්නස් වෙත්වා. නිතින් මේ හැම සත් සුවපත් වෙත්වා. හොඳයි, තෙරුවන් සරණයි.